I'm Joshua Bardwell. You're going to learn something today. This weekend I went and flew the MultiGP Regional Qualifier in Knoxville, and it won't surprise you to learn that I didn't win. But the person who did win was Evan Turner, HeadsUpFPV. He's from Knoxville somehow, and he is one of the fastest drone racing pilots in the world. In fact, as of that day, the time he set was the fastest time on the leaderboard in the whole world. So when he asked if he could fly my DJI quad, I said yes, and that's what you're going to see in this video. Evan Turner flies my DJI FPV quad on the MultiGP Regional Qualifier Course. I'm going to let you go ahead and watch that, and then I'm going to come back at the end of the video with a couple of answers to questions that I know you guys are going to ask that didn't get answered. Like literally, it was just in between heats. We had a 5-minute break, and he grabbed the quad and he flew it, and then we had to run and fly our heats. So it wasn't. There were a couple of things that I knew you guys were going to ask that we didn't quite get to, but I'll go ahead and answer them as best I can at the end of the video. Enjoy. Evan is flying the DJI system.
It looks way cooler. Felt a little bit of latency right there.
Oh my god, dude. Yes, I did do whatever it takes for a water. $25. Done. Say $25? Yeah, he said PayPal.
What kind of latency are you seeing in the corner of the goggles?
Can't look. 1 second. I'll finish this lap.
Okay.
Oh, that was close. I'm seeing 24 and 25.4.
So that's your video latency, supposedly. You're flying crossfire control.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Felt a little bit there.
What'd you feel?
A little bit of latency. Oh. It also could be 6-inch and less responsiveness, as well as low camera tilt.
Well, I can up the tilt for you, but I can't make it not a 6-inch.
Yeah, I understand.
I remember yours. I don't remember his. What did you get?
I could definitely race this for sure.
Have you flown this before at all?
No.
You flying airplanes at all or not?
Yeah, this is...
Unfortunately, I need some light props.
Yeah, that's fast. I'm going fast, so like this is not difficult. Alright, this battery's dead.
Don't burn out on quads, to be honest with you. That's all I do.
Doop.
Alright, that's 5 minutes.
That was good. Like I'm impressed. I could totally race that for sure. No issues.
Awesome.
That's impressive.
Round 3.
I want to up the camera tilt. I want to see, because like I could go as fast as I wanted to. And there were a few times where like, because on the outsides it did get blurry, so that was a little weird, especially because it doesn't do that on analog.
So that's focus mode. We can turn that off.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
we can turn that off.
Let's turn that open to try that. Yeah, we can try it. But yeah, I didn't feel anything out of the ordinary. Really.
I think for flying up close like this, where you're not going to ever get low RSSI,
yeah,
focus mode should be off.
Exactly.
All right, we'll try that.
All right, cool.
All right.
Dude, I just saw a bug fly by and I could see his wings.
Evan tweaked the up tilt a little bit and changed to 5-inch props.
Oh, there's a bug on my hand? All right. Okay, definitely felt the latency that time.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Putting in work already.
It felt good right there. I think the latency's changing over here.
You can see in the lower right corner of the screen if it thinks the latency's changing. Oh, we didn't turn focus mode off either.
No, it's fine. It just picked it up on the lap timer, by the way, too.
Yeah, that's good.
Unknown pilot 16.6.
It's picking it up.
And this is on channel 7, but race band 8.
Right, because the channels don't 100% line up. Channel DJI 7 is closest to race band 8.
Unknown pilot 16 flat.
It's picking it up clean.
Is this 25 or 700?
This is 700.
Okay.
We could try it at 25, but it's not going to be good. I mean, it might. We're so close. It might be okay.
Unknown pilot 15.9.
Yeah, down there.
Oh shit, the battery. You don't have battery monitoring.
I'll just come back.
What's the battery at? 14.4. You're at
Unknown
14.4.
pilot
I'm landing.
Alright.
The latency is definitely dynamic. Like in the slalom, it feels amazing, but then down there, like when you're in the slalom
that's 5
section
minutes.
or
Heat one.
the circular part, you can feel it when you reverse back the other way. Like there's just a little bit of latency. But so I think it's dynamic because over there it feels a little weird, and then over here, like in this split ass and all this part right here, feels amazing. Totally normal. But over there you can definitely feel it. Like it's flyable. I was able to fly consistent and whatnot.
And that's on 700. That's
Yeah.
as good as it's going to get. And
Yeah.
we're not that far.
FPV.
That's true.
We're not that far.
Let's rock.
So-
Yeah,
so-
it's flyable. It
Based
changes.
on based on what you're like these 2 packs you've flown, is the advantage of the HD or whatever worth the difference in latency?
I don't think you're gonna go faster from the HD. Like it's not gonna make you a better pilot. I don't think it makes you more confident. Like I was able to see everything a lot better. There was none of that little like glitchiness and stuff. It was I made me more confident and like more. I was able to be super consistent, which I was surprised at. Even with the latency difference, I was able to feel very consistent and whatnot. However, I don't think it's gonna make you any faster.
track,
And I
race
think,
number 1.
I mean, for live events, for DRL, for DCL, it'll be
number
something
1.
that's game changing for
Race order
because
is
it just looks so good. It's
Milky.
literally like watching GoPro footage.
FPV
So
know-it-all.
it'll make for the hobby.
Right.
It's amazing.
All right. I got to go race.
All right, good luck.
Sweet, man. Thank you.
Okay, so then the questions that we didn't get to. We were flying at 700 milliwatts at that time, and the Immersion RC lap RF, that's the timing system that we're using, it was catching every single one of his laps. Even though the frequencies used by the lifetime software that we're using don't quite, they're race band frequencies, and they don't quite exactly match up with the DJI frequencies. At 25 milliwatts, it caught some but not all of his laps, and the person at the race organizer who uses Lifetime all the time said he thought that if Lifetime was updated to have the right frequencies, then it probably would catch laps. So yes, it is looking like the DJI system will work with your existing lap timing systems. We were using focus mode, which makes the edges of the screen a little bit blurry but makes the center clearer, and Evan didn't like that. And it seems to me like when you're in a race situation where you're not really pushing range up very much, I think race pilots are probably going to prefer to fly with focus mode off, so they have a clear field of view, and it makes it easier to like line up their turns and stuff. We did test at 25 milliwatts, and I'm very sorry to say that we forgot to hit record on the DVR. Like I said, we were focused on racing, and this was just like a quick thing that we did. So when you have Evan Turner ready to go, you just go, right? You don't go, well, I think we should try again on another day when we could do it better. So we did fly on 25 milliwatts. The latency was fine. The system was fine. It was a little bit worse than at 700, as you would expect, but I think at 25 milliwatts, it's completely doable depending on your environment. This was a very wide open environment with not a lot of range. I will say, if you guys are flying freestyle stuff at 25 milliwatts, you're going to want it at 700 milliwatts. Think about this. In some informal testing that I've done that I'm not ready to make a video about yet, the DJI system is a little bit worse at 25 milliwatts than a 25 milliwatt video transmitter. And if you think about the penetration and range you get from a 25 milliwatt analog video transmitter, it's not that great. If you are in a part of the world where you are forced to use 25 milliwatts DJI, there are ways to get around that, which I will not encourage you to use or go into. But suffice to say, if you're going to follow the law, you're not going to really like the system very much at 25 milliwatts. Unless you're flying in a big open field, like maybe for racing, it would be okay. What else? Another thing that I'm seeing pop up in the comments a lot is, oh my God, Tommy Tibahia's test where he tested and found that when an analog transmitter turned on the same frequency, that it knocked the DJI system off the air. And people are putting that in my comments like, oh, did you see that test? And I'm like, shocker, if you power up on the same channel as another guy, you're going to interfere and knock him out of the air. That happens right now with analog, so why would it be any different? It's not like, oh, the DJI system's messed up. And one person said, yeah, but he fail-safed. And I thought, well, if you're using DJI control and somebody knocks you out of the air, then you're going to lose video and control. That is true. But when you lose video, I mean, if you're flying analog and somebody powers up on your frequency and you lose video, does it matter that you didn't fail safe? You're gone. I mean, Okay, some people will like try to pitch back and punch out. I never do that. When I lose video, I just disarm. I don't feel like it's safe to keep flying once you've lost video. So anyway, that's all the outstanding stuff I can think of. More testing, of course, will be coming. Just trying to, you know, give you guys a perspective on what you could expect from this system. That's going to do it for this, though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy flying.